Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Tiny Blue Games. My name, of course, is Sisa or Chris, and today we're talking about Path of Fire, Guild Wars 2's new expansion. This is from Demo Weekend number 1, and we're going through some of my favorite features. So, I loved mounts. I talked about that in the first video we sort of had about it. This is my second mount race. The first one was devastating, and we'll get to why it was devastating a little bit later in the video, but this one I win, which was super exciting, and let's talk about that right away. If you win one of these babies, you get your name like across the entire map. People see, Seesaw came in first, blah 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 came in second, blah 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 came in third. So it does that for like the first 3 places, and then you do get better rewards depending on where you place as well. So it really does incentivize people to do it. But what's more exciting about it is that I heard about this feature going into the demo, and I was like, okay, this is probably going to be like an adventure or something like that. No, this is kind of like a whole new system that uses sort of some of the things from adventures, but uses these checkpoints that they've been trying out with, jump quests and that kind of thing, and throws a lot of things together to make something absolutely beautiful that not only works great as a minigame, but works so well with the mount feature that I'm loving it. So let's talk about some of the things that go great. The first thing you should know is that you only have raptors right now. You will have 4 other types of mounts that we'll get into in a different video probably. But the raptor, what he does is when you hit spacebar and use your dodge or endurance bar, you do sort of a leap forward. And if you just hit the spacebar, you do a little one. And if you hold it, you do a bigger one that takes like half of it. And so this is already a pretty interesting choice because, depending on how big the gaps are that you're jumping and stuff like that, you might have to do a small one, you might have to do a big one. You have to make some choices there. But the biggest thing that you might already be thinking and seeing in the video is, well, you actually go faster when you do these little jump forwards. So then comes the question, how much just during the straight on race do I do the little jump forwards? And how much endurance do I have to save for areas where there's a lot of leaping? So there's a risk reward situation where you go a lot faster if you use a lot of your endurance on the straightaways, but then you could get to a point where you don't have any more endurance and oh my god, there's this huge cliff, and then you just don't make it and you fall and the race is pretty over for you. And that's the devastating thing that happened in my first race. I was in first, it was going so well, I got to the end and I didn't realize there was going to be so many jumps in a row and I couldn't make one of them. So I fell into a little ditch and watched as 5 people passed me and devastated. You can ask Ryan and Brandon. I was playing with them and it just was, I was salty. I was salty about it. I didn't even know what the rewards were going to be. And that's a whole nother thing. I don't know how rewarding these races actually are because I don't really know what you're going to do with the map currency, right? We know some people can speculate at this point, but we don't know how valuable the map currency is at this point. What I do know is that the races themselves happen pretty regularly. I want to say every 30 minutes or every 15 minutes, maybe something like that. You'll see people in the main city sort of say, hey, we're going to do a mount race. You just kind of have to go to this little area, say, yes, I want to do the mount race, and off you go. It's a very simple process and it happens pretty regularly. Which is nice, so it's not like, you don't have to wait once every 24 hours to do this awesome race or something like that. But since it is so frequent, I don't think the rewards can be that great. But yeah, we win it. You get to see going through first, you get to see a ribbon and everything, you see the name come on the screen, and you get fireworks, and it just makes you feel like you are the king of that map for a little bit, which is just it's a really good sort of community bonding thing. And I think we're going to see a lot of interesting videos where people show off how fast they can do it, maybe what mounts are better at each race. I'm assuming there's going to be more races, because if there's not, I need more races. I need them. And how mastery points affect it too. There's a lot of interesting things that I do want to see that we're not quite at yet, but man, am I excited for the expansion. So guys, that's my first feature. I had to share with you. I absolutely loved mount races. We'll talk more mounts in other videos, I'm sure, because I'm just about them. And until next video, guys, have a good time. See you later.